Hi, Libra. I'm Pam, the Lucky Mermaid, and welcome to your Psychic Tarot reading for May 2020. This month I'm using the Taramuka Tarot deck. And remember, these are general readings. And to get messages pertaining specifically for you, you would need a private reading. This recording is for Libra Sun, Libra Ascendant, and Libra Moon. Please be sure to watch your rising sign and your moon sign because some months they're going to resonate more for you than your sun sign will. And if you're born on the cusp of your sign, you might want to watch that video as well because some people write me and say certain months their cusp sign is giving them their predictions and messages. So you might want to check that out. So all that being said, Libra, now on to your May 2020 Psychic Tarot reading. First card you have, Libra, is the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles is a card that symbolizes receiving an inheritance, money coming to you possibly through family channels, you and your partner working together as a couple to build up your finances for your family and improve your family condition. It could also indicate winning money or you receiving a lump sum of money or getting money in some other way. There's things happening, I feel like, behind the scenes in regard to your money. You may even feel like there's some things that should be changing in regard to your money, but they're not yet. I feel like there's adjustments that need to be made to your accounts. You could be making the adjustments. The people holding the money could be making the adjustments. It could be a loved one to you making the adjustments, but I do get adjustments being made to money, and I feel like it's behind the scenes. You may feel like there should be some changes in regard to your money, but you may not see that yet. You have to be careful. There could be somebody that wants to take control of money connected to do with you. It could have to do with stocks, bonds, or very specific investment accounts. You may also be getting tired of the go-round and the back and forth and dickering and bickering about money with an institution that's holding your money or your significant other who's making moves, shifts, and changes with your money. It's going to be different for all of you who or what, how this plays out. Now, keep in mind, you may be like, well, wait, Ten of Pentacles is supposed to be a really good card, but I don't let the cards flip upside down because my spirit guides are going to tell me the messages, whether they're reversed or upright. So possibly if I let the cards flip upside down, this card may have come up in reverse for you. I feel like you kind of see the writing on the wall of things that need to get changed. And again, this is involving your money. I see many of you Libras going, I don't want to do it this way anymore. I want it to change. So you may, in May or coming up soon in the next 3-4 months, you may change banks you're using or financial investing firms that you use. You may change, like if you're letting your significant other deal with the money, you may take it over and say, no, there's something that you're going to want to change about your money, where it's kept, how it's handled, who's doing it, who you're dealing with, who's dealing with it. I feel like you're going to learn a lot of things. And some of you may find this out through like official sources. It could be through forensic attorneys. It could be through the systems that hold the money, the financial systems that hold the money itself. If you paid any private investigators to look into anything, or it could be coming from, the government, IRS could be letting you know something about your money. I feel like you're going to find out some information, important information about your money. Now, the next card you have here is the Moon, and this is secrecy and deception in romance. It can be secrecy by itself, romance by itself. It can also mean your own psychic ability and your intuition is getting heightened at this time. It could also indicate that something is an illusion going on around you. I get that you're not feeling settled with what's going on. I go back to this card, but it could also be what's happening out in the world as well. I feel like the winds of change are blowing through your life and you're starting to think about how do I figure this out and how do I deal with it? You may feel like you don't want to trust people that you were trusting before. And you may feel like there's things that have been said to you in too much of a complicated way that made it difficult for you to get a grasp or a handle on what was actually going on. So this could have been intentionally. You could have been getting double talk, smoke screens, intentional evasion, evasiveness from people, from someone. Again, it could have to do with your money and finances. It could have to do with other things as well. Some of you may feel like you've had a lot of stagnant energy and you're getting fed up and tired with it and you don't want to put up with it or deal with it anymore. So you may actually start to push forward and be, it could be maybe you're going to rebel and you're going to be like, I'm getting out of this house. I don't care what they say. Or I don't want to, be in a relationship anymore. I don't care what they say to me. Or, I don't like this job and the way it's going. I don't feel secure in it anymore. I don't care what they say. I'm going to, charge forward. Like you've got a rebellious streak that's going to kick up here. But where you're going to channel and use that rebelliousness, it will be different for all of you Libras. You're all not necessarily going to rebel in the same manner. It'll be different for all of you. I feel that some of you Libras, you're going to be thinking about like that you've let some people lead you on. You may have even realized that's what's been happening. You may have been suspicious of it. You may have known and just let it happen. But I feel like you're being rebellious against it. I feel like you've been fed a lot of double talk, Libra, double talk. But only you are going to know who's doing this with you. Who's giving you the double talk? Is it a friend? Is it a company? Is it an organization or a group? Is it your significant other? Is it family members? I don't know, but somebody's giving you a bunch of double talk. You know intuitively what you need to do, and you know intuitively and consciously that you need to make a stand. And I do feel like you are going to make a stand, but when you're going to do that may be different for all of you. You may not make the stand in May. Maybe you'll wait. The next card you have is the Sun, and this is returning to the joys and exuberance of childhood happiness and fun. This could also mean the spotlight being on you, success in the material world. It could also be, there could be a birth of a child. There could be a love relationship coming in. It can mean, like I said, success in the material world. Lots of things the Sun can indicate. I do feel that some of you Libras are going to feel like you're home again. This could even be returning home to a way that you felt, or returning home to some religion you were in before, or religious beliefs, or spirituality, or returning home to your actual home you lived at as a child, or returning home to some way you just feel about yourself. But I get a feeling of joy because you're returning home. Something going on here is going to make you feel young and vibrant and like a kid again. Some of you may actually start specializing in something that could be quite groundbreaking, either for you, the field you're in, or the world. But like I said, it could be groundbreaking for you or your life. And I feel like some of you are becoming aware of any hidden talents, and you're going to start expressing them. Maybe during this situation where we all had to stay at home, you realized you were good at, or you tried your hand at some new creative endeavor or pursuit, or it doesn't even have to be creative. It could be something to do with like accounting or science or social work or whatever. I don't know it. It's going to be different for all of you, but I feel like you could be breaking ground and trailblazing in some new ways coming forward that you either thought you had a talent for it in the past, but you just ignored it and you didn't do anything with it, or you discovered it recently in the past 2 months. And now you're like, you know what? I'm not going to keep doing that anymore. I'm going to do this now and pursuing a new, pursuing a new journey. So, and like, if you didn't specialize in something before, you may specialize in something in your field. Like, I'll use myself as an example. When I was 19, I went to culinary school, Culinary Institute of America. I thought I was going to be a chef for a hotel or big restaurant. When I got to the school, I realized I was really into cooking, but I realized my talents really lay strongly as a pastry chef in pastry and baking. So I specialized as a pastry chef, but that was not my intention originally. You may have something similar here where you were in a field that had, broader aspects to it or many different facets to it, and now you're going to specialize in something. It could be something like that for you. Your world is going to feel much brighter, happier, sunnier, greener, especially in February of 2021. Now, that doesn't mean nothing good is happening between now and then, so don't freak out. But, this is what spirit guides do. If you get a private reading, do you think they're only going to predict for you for the next week, 2, or a month or 2 out? No. Sometimes it's years out. Sometimes it's 3 to 5 years out. For you, I feel where you're going to feel like the sun is really shining in your life and everything is like springtime, fresh and green, even though it's a winter month if you live in the northern hemisphere. I still feel February of 2021 is a marked and important time for you. So mark that on your calendar. The next card you have is 9 of Swords. This is grieving the loss of a love relationship, possibly a breakup. This could be grieving the loss of something else. This could also be sleepless nights, migraine headaches, not feeling well, worried about somebody else not feeling well. 9 of Swords can mean many, many different things. I feel that you feel something that's going on is unjustified and like that you can't believe it. Now, it could be what's going on in the world. Maybe you feel like certain things being closed up the way they are and restrictions and all that. Maybe you feel it's gone on too long or it's unjustified. But this could also apply to something personal to you, specifically to your life. I feel like you get something revealed to you or you find out something or you figure out something that you don't, it's like you can't believe it. You just can't believe what you're finding out. And I feel like you're kind of like a little devastated by it or upset by it. Like you're like, how do I get past this or get over it? I mean, the possibilities here are endless. It's a general reading, Libra, so I can't like pinpoint what it is exactly. I could throw out a few things here. Maybe you're going to find out that somebody stole money from you. Maybe you're going to find out that a significant other was cheating on you. Maybe you're going to find out that a sibling or a friend was bad-mouthing you behind your back. I mean, endless. There's endless things. Because too many people watch it, I can't pinpoint it, and it's not a private reading. This is why you should always watch your rising sign, because I'm going to start the timer right here so I can get on my soapbox. I'm not a professional astrologer. I'm a psychic. I've been doing psychic readings professionally for 19 years. I've been doing it before that, not professionally, but for 19 years I've been a psychic, working as a psychic. But I'm going to tell you, professional astrologers, when they do your chart to give you, timelines and predictions, even though astrology does predict, but timing can be tricky with that as well. A professional astrologer is going to use your rising sign very strongly when they do that work for you. So just know my spirit guides, even though I haven't taken all these classes and studied astrology in and out, do I know about it? Yes. Do I know what certain things mean? Yes. Do I follow it? No. I like my spirit guides just to tell me the information and I repeat it. That's easier for me. I don't want to learn all the degrees and this and that. I just don't want to do it. I could, but I don't want to. But my spirit guides know it. A lot of my predictions, most of them, they're basing it on astrology. So this is why it's always wise for you to watch your rising sign. Sometimes the predictions I'm giving here are going to make more sense to your rising sign than your sun sign. So if the stuff I'm giving for you here is not resonating with you, number one, it's a prediction. So you may not see it happen right at the time I'm giving you the reading. Number two, it could be something I read a year ago is happening for you now because timing is different for everyone. And number three, perhaps you need to look at your rising sign. I would definitely pay attention to it. Some people just ignore it, but it really, you may find a lot of your messages will come to you from there. I have a stellium of planets in Aquarius. So for me, even though I have a very strong rising sign of Aries at 0 degrees, which is a strong point of a rising sign, my sun sign makes a lot of sense to me because I have that stellium of Aquarius. So you really need to know your chart, but I would definitely recommend watch your rising sign, your sun sign, and your moon sign. It's important. So if these messages don't make sense to you, don't forget to check that out. Now back to the reading. This is all happening to you, this realization, because it's like the universe or the creator giving you the signal of, Libra, there's something you need to transform in your life. Something needs to transform, either you internally or something in your life externally. This will lead you to a time frame where you're going to have to make a lot of big decisions coming up in the next 6, 7, 8 months. I feel like you're kind of concerned with doing everything the right way, doing things in the right order, following the letter of the law, or following, maybe not the letter of the law, but like what's right for everybody concerned. You know, I feel like you worry about the big picture, you know, how other people are affected, not just yourself. So the card you have next is the Four of Swords, and this is a pause, a meditative state, a resting phase, a recuperation from an illness. It could also indicate prayer. This is a time where you're going to have to go within and ask yourself a lot of big and important questions, deep questions. I feel that some of you will make some important decisions and decide to speak up or speak out against something that you do, or speak up about something you don't like, or speak out against something you're not happy about in June. Some of you, you'll do this in June. This is like you needing time to process this resting phase. So it would be very good for you to meditate and go within and ask yourself these questions. Doesn't mean you have to make the decision in May. It just means you need to rest, rejuvenate, recharge your energies, recharge your batteries, and ask yourself these important questions. Some of you may not have felt well, and you do need to rest and rejuvenate your energy. I'm not saying you had what's going on out in the world. Some of you may have gotten it, but you're recovering from it. But some of you, it could have been something else that you had that like knocked you down physically, and you need this time to rest and rejuvenate and recharge your batteries. I do feel that some things that you're really in a quandary about and you don't know how to proceed forward or handle, you are going to be praying about it and asking for guidance. You may be even asking deceased loved ones that you were very close to when they were in the living to come to you in dreams or give you signs and messages and signals from the other side. You may be asking yourself questions like, how would things be playing out if I had made different choices and done things differently? So you may be thinking about some decisions you made in the past and wondering, if I didn't pick that or choose that option or that make that decision, how would things be affecting me now? Would my life be better? Would it be worse? Or would the same result have occurred? I feel like you want to do things in a new way. And I definitely don't feel that you want to be stuck in something anymore. Yes, it could have to do with having to stay at home, but it could also mean stuck in something that you feel like it's outworn its usefulness, it's outworn its luster, it's outworn its purpose. Could be a love relationship, could be a job, could be a living situation, could be some spiritual beliefs or practices, could be many things. I feel like you don't trust some people or someone or trust how some things are being handled. I feel that you feel that some things have been imposed upon you that go against your will and or your belief system. And this is something that you're like, remember what I said. I picked up in the moon card that you had rebelliousness that was going to kick up, that you were going to rebel and want to bust out against something and change things. Your reading to me for May is all about that. Whatever it is that's, like a thorn in your side that gets revealed to you, that you really understand some things more clearly than what you did before. And even if you did understand them before and you were like trying to tell yourself that you were going to accept it or ignore it and just go along with the status quo, I don't feel that's flying anymore. I do feel like the universe or the creator is trying to get you to make some kind of transformation. It could be internally, it could be in actuality in your life. Your finances did come up here, but honestly, that was at the beginning of your reading. But there is an undercurrent of that is connected to some of the things that need to be looked at, decisions need to be made, and how can you make changes there and transform it. So I hope this reading was of help to you, and I hope it made sense.
As always, thank you so very much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And please be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell when you do subscribe if you would like to receive notification when I upload my videos to YouTube. As I always say, my most recent video series that I've recorded for my Vimeo on-demand pages, which are filled with predictions and messages channeled from my spirit guides for specific topics and astrological configurations and many different things. Those links are always posted below these videos, down below in the description box in the Show More section. And they're also on my website, www.theluckymermaid.com. You go to the videos tab on my menu, and there if you click on that, you'll see all the different video series I have listed, what oracle cards or tarot cards I used, or crystals, or whatever I've used, how long the predictions are for, so you can read the descriptions there, pick the series that you want, click on the sign you want, and it will take you to that video on Vimeo. Now, some of the most recent video series, as I say, I always post them below, and every month I do psychic crystal readings. This month, the psychic crystal readings for each zodiac sign for May 2020. That link is down below, where I stop this video at the end and I continue on looking into the crystal and get additional messages and predictions from my spirit guides for you for this month of May 2020. So if you're interested in getting those, that link is below this video. Important angel messages for these changing times for each sign of the zodiac, that link is below this video. I used Angels and Ancestors Oracle card. I used the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards and Ask an Angel Oracle cards, and got messages from angels and guides as to what you need to know from these important and changing times that we're going through, this pivotal time on Earth. You've incarnated here for a purpose at this time. So these messages may speak more to your soul. They do give messages and predictions. So you might want to check those out. The other most recent link I have down below is also from my What's Lucky and New for You Psychic Tarot readings in 2020. What's lucky and new for you in 2020 for each sign of the zodiac. Psychic Tarot and Oracle. There's an Oracle card in there for each sign as well. So that link is below this video. I also have several other links below this video that would pertain to what you're going through right now as far as astrologically. They're Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards and crystal readings connected to that. Those links are below. If you would like to help support this channel and donate to my channel, below all those links is a donation link connected to PayPal. And I want to say thank you so much for all of you that have been very generous and donated to my channel. It does help a lot. Thank you so much for that. And if you would like to receive more psychic predictions and messages from my spirit guides that you're not going to see here on YouTube, you can follow me on my social media pages at The Lucky Mermaid LLC on Facebook, The Psychic Pastry Chef LLC also on Facebook, and The Lucky Mermaid _ Pam Georgel on Instagram. I use many different divination tools there and give you psychic predictions and messages that are not just for the day that I post the messages. Sometimes they're talking a few months out, a few weeks out. It's never just for one day. Many people find those messages resonate with them, and you may find they resonate with you as well. So I'd love to see you over there if you would like to check that out. So I hope you have all the possible positive energy and uplifting energy come to you this month of May 2020. And know that I wish you many blessings and peace.